Here we go again, part 3 of our screencast looking at the syllabus for CIE 451. My name is Alex Wiseman. We'll have a whole fun semester together. We have gone through the first part of the syllabus, and now we're talking about the course grading and assignments. And you'll see that I'm on the 100-point system. I like everything to add up to 100. So you've got participation and discussion leader. Those are the two sort of active components from you. They are abstract in the sense that there aren't necessarily tangible products that result from that, as much as there is engagement that results from that. And so I will talk about those first. But then you also have several assignments that are written. And I'd like to point out that as we go through this that all of the written assignments are related to one another. In other words, they should build on what came previously. There is a reason why the world theory essay is the first in the order, and a reason why the final manuscript is last. And we'll talk about that more as we go on. So participation, you get 10% of your grade simply for participating. One of the key elements of that is coming to class. Now, if you are live, that's very easy. If you are live, meaning you're on campus, it's very easy to come to class. You show up in the room when you're supposed to show up, and you're there. For those of you who are at a distance, this means that you participate in the live class through Google Hangout as much as is possible. But if you are unable to participate live, you must be watching the recorded classes and then participating in the discussion board with clear evidence that you have actually been part of that recorded class viewing audience. So when you come to class, you should be prepared to discuss the assigned readings. You should be asking questions about the readings. And you should engage your peers in an informed discussion about the assigned readings and the topic. So the readings are very important. I might also add here that, since this class has a key video component, see, this is what I'm talking about when you need to make sure that you're watching this live version rather than downloading one copy and then just living with that syllabus forever, because now we've just added videos to this. If you are active in your reading and in watching the videos and preparing your comments or questions for class, then you will be fine, right? The key, though, is to reflect an understanding and synthesis of the assigned videos and readings. Right? That's very important. You should come prepared with notes and questions from the readings, and you should be vocal in posing your questions and engaging both me and your classmates in discussion relevant to the week's topics, videos, and readings. All right, that is very important that you do that. I highly recommend that you prepare some sort of notes for each class so that you're ready to engage. I really do expect for the class discussion to be driven in large part by where you want to take it, by the questions and comments that you have. I will certainly have my own perspective, and I won't be shy about interjecting that, but it helps tremendously, both in terms of your grade, but also in terms of your learning if you are actively engaging the material beforehand and coming prepared for that. The second part of participation is extremely important, and this is something that you did not do as part of the fall semester class. So since we have a class of both on-campus and online students, you are going to be required, all of you, to participate in a discussion board on the CIE451.wordpress.com website. Discussion threads are online for each week. I already showed you those in the first part of the screencast. You should go there each week, and as part of your participation grade, you are expected to post your comments or thoughts to each of the week's topics, videos, and readings by the end of the day every Thursday if you're here with us in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. If you are not, let's just make it within 24 hours of class, okay? You are required to begin with a paragraph that is 5 sentences minimum of constructive criticism of the comments posted immediately before you for that week. 5 sentences is an average paragraph. I do not expect more than 5 sentences, but I also do not expect less than 5 sentences. I would like for you to see and read and then comment on whatever the post is immediately before yours. That means that you are perhaps positively and constructively, but you're critiquing what your classmate who posted right before you said. All right? That is important. The goal is not to rip your classmates apart or to point out all the flaws. The point is to make suggestions. Be critical in that you are discerning about what your classmate has said, the kinds of evidence that they're using, the points that they're making, and that you are providing perhaps suggestions, or you're highlighting strengths and weaknesses, or you're giving alternative explanations for whatever phenomenon. If by some chance you are the first person to post comments for a week's topic readings, videos, whatever, you do not have to write any constructive criticism and can just post your own comments or thoughts. But those own comments or thoughts should also be a paragraph, so 5 sentences minimum. So when you get down to it, what I'm expecting you to do is to post, unless you're the very first person, 2 paragraphs every week. 1 paragraph critiquing the previous post, and 1 paragraph expressing your comments and thoughts in relation to each of the week's topics, videos, and readings. I hope that is crystal clear. So by the end of the semester, you should have a very well-structured record of all of the comments and all of the different ideas that you and your classmates had, both here in Bethlehem and around the world, through that discussion board. It will be a very important and very engaging part of our class, and is absolutely crucial because we are not all in the same room together all the time. The next participation-related thing that you'll be doing is being discussion activity leader. And let me just put that word activity in here so that is emphasized. Now, depending on the number of students in class, individuals or pairs of students will be responsible for preparing and leading a discussion activity on the required videos and readings in class. This is very important that we highlight the word activity. You are not summarizing the reading. You are not giving an overview of the reading. You are taking the class on a journey that may be related to the readings and the videos, but is not a summary of the readings and the videos. All right? That is very important. You will, if you've had me last semester in the fall of 2014, you will know that your classmates will be providing you with structured feedback and evaluation for your activity that you lead the class in. So it is highly recommended that you also write a blog or preparation post that complements your discussion activity and send it to me by Monday of your assigned week so that I can post it on the course website in the announcement sections ahead of class. This is very useful, especially if there are additional or supplementary readings or other videos that you would like students to watch in preparation for the discussion activity. Okay, so that's what you're doing in relation to the participatory and engagement part of the class. But the main products of this course are really a couple of different things. A 30-minute comparative documentary short video and an individually written, complete, and revised manuscript. So by the end of the semester, you will have a comparative documentary short video, and you will have a review-ready manuscript for publication. All of the other assignments that I'm going to talk about now either lead to or support the development of these complementary products. Right? One of them is going to be the world theory essay, which will be your first major writing assignment. It will be due on March 5th. It will be important, and let me talk about why. This will be an essay that will be 3,000 words or less, that includes references, etc. The essay should be typed and single-spaced. It should have the word number limits observed, in other words, no more than 3,000 words, and you must email it to me no later than the beginning of class on March 5th. Right? Your essay should reflect your own thinking and views about the reading assignments and class discussions. I'd like for you to write it in formal language. I'd like for you to use APA style, just like if you were going to submit it for review or for publication. And your world theory essay must address the following question. This is key. So, this year-long course has provided exposure to several theoretical or conceptual frameworks for understanding and investigating globalization's impact, influence, or implications for educational development, implementation, and reform. That's simply a statement. I'm pointing out what you have done so far in this class and where the second part of the spring part of your year-long class is headed. What I want you to do is to explain the differences between and relationships among world systems, world polity, and world culture theories. That's the first part of that. And the second part of that is I would like for you to synthesize how each of those theories, world systems, world polity, and world culture, have been used to empirically frame comparative and international education research. You are going to need to provide specific representative examples from the research literature. Now, if you have skipped ahead and already looked at the syllabus, you will see that we will spend several weeks at the beginning of the semester specifically looking at world systems, world polity, and world culture theories. These are some of the most encompassing and important theories that we use in comparative and international education research. You have touched on a lot of theories, but these are the aggregate theories. These are the big ones. These are the macro theories that all of the others relate to in some way. It does not mean that they are all good theories or that they are all appropriate theories for whatever it is that you're looking at as your own research phenomenon. But that's not what we're talking about for this assignment. For this assignment, you are explaining the differences between and relationships among those three theories, and then you're synthesizing how each has been used for empirical research purposes. We can talk more about this in class. This is a foundational essay, though, and it will tell me a lot about how you understand not only these three theories, but how you understand comparative and international education research and the role of theory testing and theory building within it. Those aren't explicit things I'm asking you to comment on, but it will tell me a lot related to that. Next, slightly easier assignment. Thinking about one of the other main end products of this class, your review-ready publication or manuscript for publication. We'll need a title and a structured abstract because the goal of this part of our class is to actually get you published. And the way that I think we're going to do that, in fact I know the way that we're going to attempt to do that, is by putting together a special issue of a journal. And that can be one of several choices, which I'll talk about in a second. But in order to do that, we have to propose this special issue to the journal. And in proposals for special issues, we need the titles and the abstracts of all of the manuscripts that will appear as articles in that special issue. So this assignment asks you for a title and a structured abstract. It's due March 19th. The final manuscript is not due until the end of the semester, but you have to draft an article title and abstract to be used as in the proposal as early as possible. We're only doing it on March 19th. If you do it before that, God bless you, that would be wonderful. I would like for you to complete the following fields that you can see in the syllabus about your paper, but I'd like for you to write them as one paragraph. And it's important to note that there are some fields that are obligatory. That's the purpose, design, and findings and originality sections. And then the other three, the research, the practical implications, and the social implications sections are not obligatory. They're voluntary or electives. Right? You can omit those if they don't relate to your idea. Abstracts should be no more than 250 words. They should fall in these areas. If you want more of an example, you can look here. Down here, there's a website that will give you examples for how to write them. And we will also be thinking together as a class about which of these journals we would like to send our proposal for a special issue to. I happen to have an in with the editor of FIRE, but the others will be much more competitive. We will come back and talk about the comparative documentary short video and the other assignments in the next part of this screencast.